The victors valiant, the conquering heroes, and they call home the Big House. Bathed in maize and blue, welcome to Ann Arbor, home of the Michigan Wolverines. What a game and what potential drama we have in store. You've seen this script before. Top 10 team goes into a cauldron of emotion on the road and just hopes to be able to get out and tell about it. As we'll see the number 2 team in the country, the Alabama Crimson Tide, taking on a team who is rested and ready, coming off a bye, the Michigan Wolverines. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. Alabama about to kick off to get things started. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Three tight ends in the formation on 1st and 10. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. And this one will be stopped for no gain. SEC versus the Big Ten. They compete at everything. They try to outspend each other, and they certainly want to beat each other on the field.
So many national championships, so many Heisman Trophy winners shared between these two conferences, David. Everybody gets excited when the Big Ten takes on the SEC.
And these games matter so much. The fans get so amped up, so juiced up, to the point where we hear in the stands, what? SEC. SEC. They wouldn't say that if conference pride wasn't a real thing.
Well, they try to throw for it there on 3rd down on the opening drive of the game. They don't get it, but let's punt the ball away. Let's trust our defense. And, guys, let's also trust this home field advantage and the crowd to get loud and make it real difficult on our opponent.
This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. They'll try the run. And he knock him down after he picks up 5 out to the 34. Sometimes people say, if you're good enough, what's the big deal about going on the road? Well, if you're not careful, you might find out in a spot like this one, guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is a hostile environment, and you know you're going to be getting the opponent's A-game for this one. They've circled this one all off-season, so they better be ready to bring it today, David.
And the hardest thing to do in college football is to go on the road. Everything about it changes, and you want to shut this crowd up early. You don't want to give them belief, because if it starts to build throughout the game, look out.
They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. Just a little off. Incomplete.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
And here comes the offense on 2nd down. Looking for space. It's Young. And how about that interior defense stuffing the run for nothing?
Well, this is a defense that we know takes tons of pride stopping the run. That's where it all starts and ends with them, and you saw a great effort on that last play.
Calls his own number. Fighting off the defender. Sticking with the running game and finding enough space to get 8. It leaves them with a 4th and 2. This offense gets into plus territory. They're going to go for it regardless of their field goal kicker's range. RPO. Throw to the right, looking for the first. Looks like Alabama will pick up the first down. Sometimes we don't give enough credit to a receiver knowing exactly where he needs to be on the field, and they pick up the first down there.
Yeah, and you've got to give the receiver credit, obviously knowing where that is, but the defender needs to know where it is too. Where is he trying to get? That ball's going to come out quick. He didn't really understand where the sticks were, and because of that, he gives up the first down. Need to just be a little bit more aware as a defensive guy.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. Stop just inside the 25. We'll mark it at the 24. Pickup of 10 and a first down. You can go way back in the history books to the wishbone attack all the way back to the first Rose Bowl team. Alabama builds its identity on a strong running game.
Builds it on dudes that tote the rock and do it with nastiness, with some physicality. Not one guy's going to bring them down, and you see it year after year with these guys, and there's always somebody that's going to be a physical challenge to try to get on the ground.
That one did not go well. Tackled in the backfield for a loss of 6.
For an offense, to make the wide receiver reverse work, you've got to have a lot of guys doing a good sell job. Running backs have to behave as if they're actually going to keep the football, and everybody else on offense has to be yelling out, run, to try to make the defense over-pursued, but no Oscars being handed out on that.
And the defense makes a big hit and knocks him down.
How many ways can I make you think, right? First drive, out the gates, getting it to my playmaker, going full speed across the formation with a touch pass. You better be able to adjust to it. Then when you adjust to it, I'm going to have an adjustment to your adjustment because I'm always right. I'm an offensive guy.
Back to throw, it's Milroe. Looking to the big tight end. And the third down pass is incomplete.
Got to give the defense credit on that play, taking everything away, forcing the incompletion. Now it's decision time. 4th and short, and you're in field goal range. What do you do here?
Fourth down, and this crowd is making it miserable on this offense. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Finds his man, and they convert. He's run out of bounds, but he's got enough to move the sticks. They were easily within field goal range there, but they don't feel like you can win this game 3 points at a time.
No, pass. I mean, you got to be aggressive. You got to get touchdowns, man. You've seen the emphasis. Defenses are willing to give up yards now to make you kick field goals. I like this offense being aggressive. Forget the 30s. We need 6s.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. You just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for you.
Off play action. Dances away to buy time. And they will score. Touchdown, Alabama! Lining up for the PAT. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. That is what they mean when they say ball control, a 14-play touchdown drive. And they finish things off with an 8-yard toss for the score. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable, that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. From the gun, running back gets to give. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
Every defense in the country talks about getting offenses in predictable third and long situations where I can bring on more speedsters and I know the pass is coming so I can have more success.
Coverage team gets the job done, and they'll mark him down at the 38-yard line. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense did such a good job on the last drive. Everything in rhythm, moved the ball down the field, didn't make those mistakes, Jesse, and they need to do it again on this one.
Yeah, you're right. They had the defense on their heels. You wonder what sort of communication was going on that sideline. What sort of changes were they able to make, because they got to stop the bleeding right now.
On the run, it's Haynes. He stopped at the 49 after gaining 10.
I love when players understand situations and they understand where the first down marker is and they understand where I got to get to. A lot of people you'll see run north-south and try to bounce out wide and make big plays. Sometimes it's not about making big plays. Sometimes it's about getting that first down to make sure I get an extra set of downs instead of trying to make those big touchdown runs.
First down to start the drive after the break. They'll put the tight end in motion. Caught in the backfield, it's Bernard. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
Well, we knew coming into this game, this offense was going to try and get this receiver involved and get him involved early. So here they are just finding an easy completion. It's not a touchdown, but they just want to get this guy lathered up and get him into a rhythm.
Looking to pass, it's Milroe. Got the quick pass. And he's marked down right there, but a good pickup, and it'll be a first down. The transition of Alabama quarterbacks over the years has been fascinating, from the dreaded game manager label to playmaker.
To spread it out to Heisman winner. I mean, that's how much this offense has changed and evolved, and they're going to be aggressive, and they're going to score points in this new age era.
From the shotgun, they'll run it. And they'll stop him just short of the first down, just inches away from moving the sticks.
Man, when I can run the football like that on first down and create second and inches and stay way ahead of the sticks and be in a position now where I can throw the football or run, I will have a lot of success on the offensive side of the football.
Handoff from the shotgun. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Bama!
Man, what a nice touchdown run, and this is a team effort, right? It's got to start with the offensive line to give you that crease, and then the wide receivers start to kick in, and the running back, he handles the rest. Nice touchdown run.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. The kickoff team on the field, and he ought to just boom this thing through the end zone with that extra 15 yards on the penalty. This will not be returnable as it sails out of the back of the end zone. Offense getting set for first down. He's looking to throw it. Got it in the middle. It's Loveland. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line.
That's a really nice pass. You can see why this guy right here gives the Michigan faithful reason to be optimistic. You know, for years we know Michigan has always been good at running the football, but they've got to be able to throw. They've got to be more consistent making big plays through the air. This guy gives them that chance.
I love when you start bringing linebackers up near the line of scrimmage and you start sending them, because those guys have serious speed. They can come catch anybody up and down the line of scrimmage. The linebacker, you could tell, he had a good clue what was going on. He knew it was a run play, fired, pulled the trigger, came downhill, and attacked the running back.
Davis will throw. Unloads to the wideout. Ball in the air, intercepted. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
And that's just excellent coverage. Man, cover one, nowhere to throw the football. Look at everybody playing man across the board, and you still got the safety in the middle of the field. Nobody open, and if I'm the QB, man, I don't need to force it. I don't force it into tight windows if it's not there. He throws it, unfortunately, gets the interception. Bad decision by the QB there.
He wants to throw. Starting to feel a little pressure. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Well, as a quarterback, when you get to the outside, you know you don't have all day to throw. You got these defenders. They are coming. They're running at you hard. So you've got to do a better job getting the ball out quicker. That hit forced the incompletion.
He got a bunch and looked close to getting a lot more, but he's got the first down.
Well, the offense knew what they needed to get that first down, so they dial up the running play, and they get just enough to keep the drive alive.
Down to the 18-yard line, it's 1st and 10. A little pre-snap eye candy for the defense. A most efficient pickup of 6 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 4.
I know the passing game sells, the passing game is exciting, but it's not exciting to get 5 or 6 yards of pop on the ground, but it would be very successful.
He'll pull it on the read. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
And that's not the option they were looking for. You know, you want to run that option and maybe pitch the football, but that play looked dead from the jump, and the QB had nowhere to go.
They'd love to pick up this 3rd down and get a fresh set with 1st and goal. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Finds his man. It's Young. He gets it so close to the 1st down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short.
Hey, really nice job on defense, too. Understanding the situation. It's 3rd down. We're fine giving up completions right there. We're not giving up the 1st down. We're keeping the football and the ball carrier in front of us, and we're tackling the catch. Awesome job, and now you've set up 4th down.
Less than a yard to go for a 1st down, and the offense will remain on the field. They want to run this quarterback. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be 1st and goal. On the doorstep of cashing it in for the offense. Wants to throw. It's Milroe. Coming after it. And down he goes back at the 3. As we reach the 2-minute warning, they'll need to try to get a stop to keep this thing from getting out of hand. And the D deny them on 2nd and goal. They move the tight end all over. And he gets it back to the 4-yard line. No farther than that. No gain on the play.
It's looking like they're going to have to throw this one in now on 3rd down, David. And you know the execution just has to be spot on. Timing, especially at the quarterback position here.
And thinking about the defense, they're aggressive in these situations. They're going to play man. They're going to...
Touchdown time! And they made it to the house where they found that 6 points waiting on them. No step back in week 3. They have been sharp as they extend the lead. And with the extra point, they're up 21-0. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. These guys have taken some body blows in the first half, and now a chance to do something to feel a little better going into halftime.
Reese, they got to respond now. They got to put points on the board right here, cut into this deficit, create a little bit of momentum because this one's going to get out of hand otherwise.
Yeah, there are a lot of offenses out there that might just say, okay, let's just regroup and figure it out. This offense doesn't have time to do that. They've got to be aggressive. They've got to throw it downfield. They've got to score points.
They're trying to get to it. And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line. Not sure exactly what led to that, whether the protection wasn't right or the quarterback just didn't see it, but the result was a negative play and a sack.
Well, one thing I do know is that quarterback had no chance to get that ball downfield. That pocket was breaking down, and it was breaking down quickly. There were just too many bodies in that backfield for the QB to make anything happen.
Quarterback changing the plays at the line. On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. More than enough time in the pocket, and he fires left. And the tackle is made, but not before that completion gets them 30-plus.
What a beautiful throw and catch on this play, and I love the job the receiver did tracking the ball in the air. Nice job of locating the throw and then hauling it in.
They're bringing heat. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Well, this defense felt coming into the game that if he was going to try to throw from the pocket, they could get to him and affect his accuracy, and they did on that last play.
Davis looking to pass. Fires to the right. Makes the grab. And he was on his way. Gets it all the way to the 38.
Well, they hit that deep crossing pattern, and nice job by the quarterback there, keeping his eyes down the middle of the field. He's not telegraphing where he's going to throw it. He knows he's got to give his guy a chance to work through the traffic, get all the way across the field, but you can't let the defense know where you're going with it. So really good timing between those two on that play.
Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
Pressure got to the QB that time. He was trying to find his check down out of the backfield, but the hit forced the incompletion.
They'll throw again after the incompletion. Looking to the big tight end. A strike downfield. He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10. 1st and goal from the 8. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. And here's the chance to cut into that lead before halftime. 1st and goal. Lets it go to the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Michigan.
Man, nice job getting the passing game going. This is big, man. Go into the half, and listen, I know you're trailing, but build some momentum. Maybe this second half we can keep airing the football out, cutting into this deficit, and who knows what the heck behind.
And he did get that extra point through the slippery surface, no problem. So they got the touchdown, and as they kick off, really important for the defense to shut them down here. That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. Here comes that Alabama offense. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute there.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. Couldn't connect on 1st down. Now back to the air. The sure hands. It's long. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a 1st down.
Well, we see another catch by this guy. This defense is going to need to do a better job of tackling the catch. In coverage, I know they want to slap the ball away, but if you can't do it and force the incompletion, you've got to at least make sure you're able to drag him down to the ground as soon as he catches the ball.
Makes the catch. It's long. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. Going up top on first down. The pass is incomplete, and there are 2 ticks remaining on the clock.
Pressure affects quarterbacks, and this guy's one of the best in the nation. I don't care how talented you are, but if you're being hit, you're not going to throw completions.
Line getting set on second down. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. And the pass hits, picked off. And the defender is tackled, and that's how we'll run out the first half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update. And the Wolverines will kick it away to start the second half. No reason to risk trying to field that one as it skips through the end zone. It'll be a touchback. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. They open this third quarter on top, and they built the lead on the strength of that running game.
And they made a huge statement, too, just proving to the other team that they're more physical, they're winning in the trenches. So here in the second half, David, just keep demoralizing this defense by pounding the football.
Yeah, and I'm not going to let that happen. I riled up my guys at halftime. We're going to put more people in the box, and we got to come out and meet the physical challenge of this offense.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Pulls and throws off the RPO. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
It's so hard for a defense to have to stop plays like that because it really forces you to play with great eye discipline. You see the pre-snap motion. The defense doesn't know if he's just running across the field and he's going to run a route, if he's going to block, or if he has the football. That time, he was able to outflank the defense and hurt them to get that first down.
Really good job by the defense. Seeing the running back. Don't let that dude who's super fast, elusive, catch the ball in space. Nice job staying glued to him. As soon as he caught that puppy, he got drilled.
To the air, it's Milroe. Got his man on the outside. And there were no creases or crevices to run through, and they shove him out of bounds.
Guys out of the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on it.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Fires to the tight end. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop.
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to make the tackle to force the punt. That is so well done.
They really have no choice here. This is a no-brainer. You go for it here on this 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Makes the grab well past the sticks. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down. That took nerves of steel to convert that 4th down on the road.
Oh, man, the crowd going nuts. A big-time opportunity in the 3rd quarter to create some momentum. Help them go crazy. Help them go nuts. But the offense does their job, quiets the crowd, gets the big 4th down conversion.
Great team defense on that one. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D-linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
He'll take a shot. And he's got it. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. Trailing by 3 touchdowns. If you're going to get back in it, David, the time to start is right now.
Got to start now. Defense giving up points on the...
Hit the gas, kid. Wide open ahead. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down.
As a defense, it's so hard covering this guy. Because of his frame, you're not really going to match up. But this guy's also got some wheels. The hard part is bringing him down after the catch. This guy's like a giant giraffe. You're just lions.
The quarterback bought as much time as he could, but the defense got to him and sacked him. You know, the entire concept of the play-action fake is to slow down the rush. Didn't work.
No, they didn't bite on it, which was great defense. They didn't bite on it. They knew it wasn't a run. Played pass, continued to get to the quarterback and get the quarterback on the ground.
Nothing doing downfield. He'll cut his losses and throw it away. It'll be third down. Guys, this offense is already reeling down. Multiple possessions, really need to cash in on this drive. And the pressure gets to him. Down goes the quarterback.
The third down offense has not been good, and add this one to the tab. Another third down stop. They give up the sack. They're down by 3+ possessions. Nothing going this offense's way.
And no chance for the return man to get his hands on that one as it hops out of bounds. Here comes that Alabama offense. They had this thing in a hammerlock at halftime, and now they are really ratcheting up the pressure, David.
And I tell you what, this offense doesn't have to change a thing, Palmer. They've done what they wanted in the first half and starting off the second half in the same fashion.
And I like how they're letting different guys get involved, too. They've got so many different playmakers all over the field.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Fast motion from the offense. The give. He was running through tackles and picked up the first down and finally got knocked down.
Well, on offense, you've got to love the way your offensive line is playing in this game. They're getting tremendous movement up front. They're climbing in the second level and really giving these backs and ball carriers a lot of room to run all game long.
On the ground, it's Haynes. Runs through the tackle. And he's brought down, but the defender got a face full of stiff arm before he picked up that first down.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down. Gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. Right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
And now on 2nd down for this offense. Movement here from the tight end. They'll leave it with him. Nice move to keep moving. Brought down to the ground, but he has enough for the first down.
Well, I know this is an offensive line that has a ton of pride, and they want to come out each and every game and really impose their will on the D-line. They got just enough push there on that run play to pick up the first.
Scanning the field, it's Milroe. He's moving out of the pocket. It's a fumble. And the ball goes out of bounds right at the line of scrimmage. And sometimes it's better to be lucky than good, and they were lucky that that ball went out of bounds.
Yeah, they sure were. These ball carriers have got to know that this defense, they play with so much aggression. They're always trying to get extra hats to the football. You have got to protect this thing at all costs. Lucky that ball rolled out of bounds.
Blasted as he lets it go. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble.
Well, on offense, no doubt, right? You've had success. You're throwing some tutties. Why not keep throwing it? They're going to keep being aggressive. You're going to have to do a better job, though, keeping this quarterback standing up.
They'll give it to the back. Powers through the defender. Strong belief in this running game as he powers his way ahead and picks up 8. It's 4th and 1. They'll leave the offense out there to try to get it past the marker and pick up the first. On 4th down, they'll pass for it. Finds his man enough for the first. And the completion gives him a fresh set of downs and keeps this drive moving.
Oh, and I love that play call on 4th down. You know, the entire defense was zoning in on that running back, thinking he was maybe going to get a handoff, but they're able to sneak and leak him out of the backfield. Behind the defense, he makes the catch and keeps the drive alive.
Got it inside the 30 before he's finally pulled down at the 25. It's a gain of 6. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Got 6 on 1st down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. He's going to run it. How about that nice run from this junior quarterback? Try to open the quarter by cashing in on this big opportunity deep in the red zone. With the run on 1st and goal. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. It'll be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Looking to throw, it's Milrow. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be 3rd down.
We know this guy's a weapon, not just taking handoffs, but he can catch the ball too. That play, not so much. Got to do a better job reeling it in.
Trying to get it done with the run here on 3rd and goal. Touchdown, Alabama! And the pummeling has started. They tack a little more onto this lead, and they're on their way to a 3-0 start.
Man, this has been a complete performance. The defense has been lights out, and the offense, obviously, just continues to pour it on. This is what you call having a great day. Putting it all together, offense, defense, complementary football.
Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. And don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
Got room at the 35. To the 43-yard line and a 1st down for this offense.
And he finally breaks one. They get rewarded. They've been trying to run the football, Palmer, but just haven't had success all day.
Yeah, and the staff never gave up on him, too, right? They kept giving him opportunities, and maybe that's the run that starts to open things up here later in this game for this guy.
For a quarterback, those mechanics need to be second nature, but sometimes they can get a little rushed.
Yeah, and we've seen that. We've had spin sessions on the field before games with Jesse, and he just gets on that back foot a lot. You just can't stay consistent at all. It might be the hair gel, weighing him down, but that back foot just starts to slide in there. Mechanics get bad, sloppy.
Some 3rd down conversions tougher than others. This one, a long one on 3rd down from the 43. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback and this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops, just not in sync, and that's why they find themselves trailing by a lot right here late in the game.
Throws to the wideout. And it's knocked away, and they don't convert on 4th down.
Listen, with the aggressiveness of offenses and taking chances, a lot of times it's going to put your defense in a hole. And this defense is going to have to come through in the clutch right here because you're trailing. They can't get more scores. They got to get a stop on this possession, and the offense is going to have to do better than they just did.
I'm a little bit surprised they're still throwing the football here this late in the game with this kind of lead. They're on first down, taking a shot, falls incomplete, but obviously they're still seeing matchups that they want to take advantage of in the back end of this defense, so they're letting it fly.
Incomplete, and he threw that one up for grabs and into traffic, and fortunate to get it back.
Yeah, nice coverage, and you'd like to snag that interception, but there's always a reason why these thoroughbred athletes play defense. And it's usually because of their lack of hands, like you just saw.
Off the play fake. Uncorks one. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. Fourth quarter, huge lead. I'm not really sure why you need to take that kind of shot.
You don't. You definitely don't need to. You can run the clock. You can run the football. You can make sure that you're playing it safe and conservative, or you can just go for rub it in your face, eat that. You know, I don't like the other coach.
And that decision will be questioned for a while. The offense set for a first down play. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. Quickly to the tight end. Runs through a tackle. Ball's out. Picks up the ball and tries to make something of it. They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be second and inches coming up.
Man, those are backbreakers. Defensively, you get so excited. You force the fumble, I'm going to get a turnover, and the offense falls on the football.
From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. Dragged down to the turf, but not before getting the first down.
Well, the defense is on their heels right now. They're going to have to find a way to stop this guy. When he's got a head of steam, boy, he is hard to bring down.
From the 39-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Davis will throw. He makes the connection. Put it right on him. Sweet play, good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the first down.
The offense has struggled. They're not going to win this game, but trust me, this coaching staff is still trying to find things to build off of for next week. And after an explosive play like that, maybe they can...
And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38.
Man, I've been there before as a quarterback. Sometimes you just wish the game would already be over, right? You've had nothing go your way all game long. You're trailing late. They're still getting sacks. And you just want to go back to the locker room. You want to get in the ice tub and start healing for next week.
That's caught. It's Morgan. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up.
Let's go. We got some life. We made a big play, something to build off of. We need a lot of points, and we need them quickly. Time's running out. We're trailing big in this ball game.
And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Wolverines!
Yeah, and listen, that is awesome to see the guys continue to fight, continue to keep competing, because this game is over. Like, we don't need to fool y'all. We're not trying to get y'all to stick around and improve ratings. Like, the game's over, but you're continuing to fight, get powered in for the touchdown, and show your kids that we're going to always fight no matter what the score is.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. That last drive was promising at times, but stalled out, and they turned it over on downs, Jesse.
I think they got to do a better job here, just being better early in the downs. On first down, finding positive plays.
Yeah, and it's frustrating when you move the football and get stopped on the other side of the field and get no points. But they've had some success, and I like the aggressiveness. They just got to cash some of these drives in.
That's the way to start a drive. Now they'll snap it just shy of midfield. They'll throw it on first down. Sends it downfield. And it's incomplete, but there's a flag in the backfield. Let's see who the call's on. We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. It'll just make it more satisfying if they can move the chains after starting 1st and 20. Back to throw, it's Milroe. This one's complete. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. They've done a really good job creating the matchups they want out of the slot.
Yeah, dude, get that guy matched up on a linebacker. That guy matched up on a safety. Keep him away from the corners by putting him in the slot. Get him the football, let him make plays.
Finds a little space. Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a first down.
These situations are preached so much in college football. Finishing a game strong, understanding circumstances. They are running the football right at you, trying to keep that clock moving, get a few first downs, and get a W.
The Crimson Tide comes to the line with a 1st and 10. The give as they work on that clock. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a first down.
Yeah, it's make or break time for this defense now. They got to get a stop, and if that's bringing more bodies in, bringing more beef in, they're running the football right up the gut, right at you. They're not going to throw the football in this situation. Time to be more...
Fires deep toward the end zone. And he just flat dropped it. I think he wanted to run before he secured it.
And that's a good stop for this defense. And listen, there hasn't been a lot of positive today, but let's finish this game strong. I think that'll be the message from the defensive coordinator. Can we get a stop? Can we get them off the field? I know a lot's went wrong, but just live in this moment and try to be great right here to end the game.
And they'll bring him down after a short pickup.
And the defense is still fighting. They haven't had the day that they dreamed of. But, talking to the coaches coming to the game, they thought they had a good plan. They'd be ready to attack and limit some of the damage this offense has done. They haven't done it today, though. They got to go back to the drawing board.
Got some room, headed to the goal line. He almost punched it in for 6. They'll get him down at the 1-yard line.
Everything going the offense's way. They're trying to ice this game late. They've got a really nice lead, so you just want to run the ball, high percentage throws, and keep the chains moving, and they're doing that. This has been a beautiful drive to watch. Offense continues to stay in a nice rhythm here late.
He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater.
And I'm a fan of this, man. Run the football, keep the clock. We got the lead. This offense has put together a nice day, man. Just balance, rhythm, timing, play calling, everything has worked. That's why they built this lead. They've had a great day today.
Trying to run it in. Touchdown, Bama! And the route is on. They tack a little more onto this lead, and they're on their way to a 3-0 start. And the extra point is good.
That makes it for Alabama 42, Michigan 14.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. On the move from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. This offense has pretty much been stuck in the mud the entire game. It's been a frustrating performance, Jesse.
Yeah, and listen, you can't be hanging your head just yet. This game's not over. This coaching staff is still evaluating their players. So if you're on the field right now, you've got to finish this game. You've got to try to prove something to them.
Well, the game is over, to be clear. They're not coming back. But I hear what you're saying. Keep fighting. Keep showing your coaches it matters. And maybe fight.
He's going for the big play. A sensational grab down the field there as they try to at least put a positive spin on the end of this game. Timeout called by the offense, 24 seconds left on the clock.
And this offense has got to kick it in high gear now. Making a big play, that is great, but we got to go up-tempo. We got to go fast. We're trailing big in this ball game. We got to put a lot of drives together. Maybe even get lucky with an onside kick.
Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready.
And the defense gets home. Yippee-ki-yay at the 35. Timeout is called by the offense. They have 14 seconds left. This is a 3rd and long. Davis looking to pass. Pressure coming. Pass is incomplete. The clock is down to 9.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like, they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to like, but hopefully you can learn from it and do better next time.
Buying some time. He's looking on the right side. Can't hook up on the long throw, and 4th down goes by the boards for this offense.
And these aren't easy situations for these offenses, man. Like, it's a known passing situation. The defense is playing coverage. Nowhere to go with the football, forces the incompletion, and this one is all but over.
He'll come out throwing on 1st down. Going over the top. Final shot falls to the turf, and that'll be the ball game. This is what you're looking for when you have the better team. Go out and show it. Don't fool around with them. Go out and play to a standard of excellence.
Just dominate. You know you're going to take care of business. You know you're going to win. It's like how many? How many can I win by? And I like that you keep your foot on the gas and just continue to pile it on. It's their job to stop you. Let them do their job. You just keep going on.